Alright, my last video I showed you guys how to handle zoning by simply walking forward, crouching, and blah 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 until you get close. And I had people asking me, what about Cetrion? Jolf, what about Cetrion? True, you can't do that against Cetrion, right? Because she has a mid. Obviously, the rock. See how it's a mid? And what's even more frustrating against Cetrion is that she's plus 24 here. Start up 48. 48 minus 24 equals 24. So this means she can either throw another boulder, or she can do this, and that's a full screen frame trap, because this is plus 24 and this is 22 of startup. So how do you handle this? Well, let me show you. Let's separate these two into two types of players. You're either going to be a YOLOer, someone who guesses and takes risks, or you're going to be someone who's very patient, who does not mind about chip damage, and is just going to wait until they can take their turn back. So, okay, first let's go with the YOLOer. So the problem, now you're here, you can't jump over it, right? I'm jumping here, and then I get crushing blowed. What you can always do is try to flawless block this. There you go, I just close the distance. And flawless blocking those rocks is not actually that hard. It's like easier than other moves for some reason. And what happens is I don't get pushback. So here I'm not going to flawless block. Look at how much pushback I got, right? Even if I crouch, the pushback is still there. So you have to flawless block, and now there's no pushback. So you can't jump like I showed you. And your frame trap full screen, right? So I'm going to try to move here. What if, can I jump? I can't even jump. So here's what you can do. Just wait. And after the earthquake, you jump over it, or you hop it, right? I see the earthquake, I jump forward, here you go, I'm already here. Like this, jump forward. Sorry, no, you wait, and then you jump the second one. I think jumping forward is better than hopping it and then going forward. You can also flawless block the second earthquake. If I can do it. But, I mean, instead of flawless blocking it, might as well just move forward, or jump forward, sorry. So here's the rule then. When you see a rock, you flawless block it, and when you flawless block it, changes the frame. If we look at here, Cetrion was plus 10, okay? What if I flawless block it? Plus 6. She's a little bit less plus because you're not stuck in blocks on the whole time because you're not getting pushed back. So what are the frames if I... Okay, she's plus 19 instead of being plus 24. If I flawless block the rock full screen, she can't frame trap me, because the startup is 22 and she's only plus 19. I have time to jump over this. So if you flawless block this, you could jump over it. So what if she throws a rock and then throws one in the sky? Because normally, right, I would get caught right here. Whoops, I guess I'm not fast enough. Yeah. So from here, either it's going to be very close or she's actually going to hit me, right? So I'm here and I jump as soon as I can. And she hits me because she is going as fast as possible. Usually that would crushing blow, right? What if I flawless block? Flawless block and then jump. Let's try it. Seems a little like, because her plus frames are not as much, I have time to jump out of there. So if you're full screen, you flawless block the rock, you should have time to get out of there without getting crushing blowed by the high. So let's see, if I just block normally and I jump, I get caught by the rock that's down. If I flawless block, I still get caught, so that doesn't cover that option. So it covers two options. If she's zoning you, it covers the full screen frame trap of the earthquake, of the ground pound thing. And it covers the one where she throws a rock in the air. It doesn't cover the one where she throws a double rock. So just know your options. But regardless, let's say you're scared, you want to be safe, you should just wait until she stops throwing the rocks. And then as soon as you see the earthquake is when you take back your turn. So I'm just waiting. Oh, thank you very much. And I've closed the distance. So that's how I usually handle Cetrion. I'm letting her get rocks on me. So this is the scenario, she's throwing rocks. I'm waiting. I'm anticipating the earthquake. I'm just waiting for the earthquake. Whenever is that thing gonna come? Thank you very much. Here you go. You've closed the distance. And that's how I do it when you want to do it safely. So if you are... There are other options. So Okay, I'll give you one. If you have a projectile, you can throw a reversal projectile. Even if you don't flawless block it, for example. Okay, let's say she spams the low one. And I blocked, right? Just don't amp it, because if you amp it, the second rock will hit you. Like that. So what I do is I just throw one. But again, that's a YOLO, that's a guess, because you don't know if the earthquake is coming. But my projectile is fast enough that I have time to block the second one. There you go, and then you come in. I mean, you could always... Not everyone can throw a projectile from a hop, but with Sonya, if you're good, you could do something like this. Earthquake. She doesn't have time to get a rock again, but what if she does double earthquake? Yeah, she's minus. Oops. Earthquake, and then I... Ooh, she low profiles it. Could do something like that, but again, guys, the best solution is just to wait for the earthquake and just jump the second one. So let the rocks, like, try to flawless block the rocks if you can, and after the rock, just assume you're going to be frame trapped. Block the earthquake and then come in. That's it. That's how I would handle it. If you have a projectile and you think the earthquake is not coming, you could always YOLO a projectile. And you could always just, you know, jump, like I showed you when you flawless block, because they can't buffer their input in this case because they're plus. Like this is like a double special, one after the other. They're not on block, so they don't receive a hit on block. They just keep punching, so they can't buffer the second hit. They can't buffer anything at all, actually. So they can't buffer the second hit. So even though she's frame trapping you, she has to be frame perfect to do it properly. So if she's not frame perfect, you can just jump out of it. Like right now, she is frame perfect, except if I flawless block, I have enough frames to get out of there, because it's not a frame trap anymore. So recap, wait for the rock. As soon as the earthquake, jump the second one, and there you go, you've covered the distance. Or you can simply throw a projectile after the boulder, assuming that she's not going to throw an earthquake. Or you can simply flawless block and then try to jump them. Or just, you know, jump them and then pray that they're not frame trapping you because they are late with their zoning. So those are your options, guys. Peace.